Uncle Paul owned a cleaning company back when I was in college. I was taking full-time classes and still racking up about 30 hours per week working for him at night. From about 7 to midnight, I cleaned an insurance office. Vacuum, mop, empty trash, that type of thing. And it was easy work, just monotonous. The office was below ground, under a row of fast food restaurants. As a result, I always heard a lot of foot traffic above my head. That part was creepy when I first started working there. It often sounded like someone was walking around the offices behind me. Other than that, I can't say anything out of the ordinary happened while I was in that building. But out back behind it, that was a different story. The insurance company and restaurant shared a common row of dumpsters in the rear alley, so I used to like to empty the trash early in my shift. If not, the dumpsters would be overflowing by the end of the night. Each restaurant had its own business hours depending on what day of the week it was. But when the annual spring festival came to town, all of them stayed open much later to snatch up those tourist dollars. I was working the last Friday of the festival, and I was rushing through my chores so that I could still go hang out with my friends afterward. I decided to get everything done inside first, and then I'd handle the trash on my way to the parking garage. I'd be cheating myself out of nearly 2 hours' pay, but classes were getting hectic and I needed to unwind. I got everything done and then turned off all the lights. I briefly set the trash bags outside the back door so that I could lock it. Then I loaded the bags onto a cart so that I could wheel them up a ramp and around the other side of the building to the dumpsters. As soon as I started pushing, I heard a dog yelp and then whimper. It sounded like the noises were coming from exactly where I was headed. So I looked around and grabbed a stick to bring with me. I wasn't in the mood to be fighting a dog. As I got closer to my turn, all I could hear were faint munching sounds. I figured the dog must have found himself a decent snack. Thinking back, it probably was quite the opposite. The sound of the cart's wheels on the asphalt undoubtedly announced my arrival, and consequently it gave that thing a warning. When I laid eyes on the dumpsters, I caught a glimpse of it also, but I don't know what I saw. It looked like a tall, slender shadow, and when I walked around the side of the building, it had scaled most of the wall and nearly made it to the roof by then. It all had happened so fast I didn't have time to fully register everything. I kept telling myself it was just a bird as I drove home. Then by the time I got around my friends, I had forgotten all about it. When I went back to work the next evening, there were flyers plastered all over the place about a missing dog, and one of the managers of the insurance agency had left a memo for me. It read for me to be careful out in the rear alley. There were bloodstains on and around the dumpsters when they opened business that morning. From then on, taking out the trash was always the first thing I did. Luckily, I never experienced anything like that again.